All right, I have a very short watch list for tomorrow, and here's why. This is the SPY, and we talked about this channel in last night's video. Okay, let me zoom in. Let's pan out real quick. You can see how well it's been holding that channel, right, for a long time. Now let's zoom in and look at today's candle. Let me take today's candle out of it first, and I talked about this, okay? On these other touches of this channel, most of them were one touch, one touch, one touch, one touch. This one, little bit of a touch, and then a double bottom there. Then we got up here, and we had the touch, and it was right back down on big volume. So I talked about in the video last night that we could break down below this channel and possibly fall apart. Couple that with the IWM chart, which I'll show you in a second, and it felt like things were going to fall apart. But we also had the FOMC minutes today. So now let's add today's candle back in, and you can see what happened. Okay, takes out the low of the channel, and then literally just touches the low from about a week ago. That line is not new. I put that line on the chart on an intraday basis when the SPY looked like this. I said, hey, everybody, we're out of that channel, but this is where the low was from about a week ago. And look at this. I mean, it doesn't get any cleaner than that. It just did a touch, and it was off to the races. And then when FOMC minutes came out, I guess they said basically, you know, they're not going to be raising interest rates anytime soon, and things are fairly ugly worldwide, and which sounds counterintuitive that the market would rally off that, but we all have been there before, so we know. That is an impressive candle. You look through the SPY chart. I'll go back to you know, the first of the year. I don't know that you'll see another candle with this kind of range. I don't think you will. I mean, a couple red ones maybe, but a green one. That is a retest of the bottom of that channel and a powerful move. So now, it's interesting because now shorts are confounded. Longs were a little bit head scratching, right? Scratching their heads, I mean. So I have to be bullish unless and until we roll over and lose this area, because that is quite the, you know, a lot of people shorted down here. I did have a couple shorts today, and I made money in both of them, but that's because I'm an intraday trader, and I watch the charts and get out when appropriate. And I'll show those to you here before I go into the watch list. But people that short, you know, or swing trade for a living, you might have had a lot of people shorting right down here. Next thing you know, they're just covering. So that's an impressive candle. Let's look at the IWM, which is the Russell 2000 ETF, and I talked about this the other day, how well it's been holding this line right here over the past year, right? Let's take today's candle out of it again. And it's not hard to see. We hit it, bounced up, and then right back down through it pretty strongly, right? And then today just took off to the downside, and it seemed like the end of the world. And look at that. That is an impressive reversal on decent volume as well. And there it is on an intraday. So you can see the time we spent below that line, and then it was off to the races. So anyway, I would remind you that whenever you have a big day in the market like that, a lot of times the next day can be kind of boring, so don't expect too much. But I mean, like I said, I have to be bullish now until I see otherwise. Now, the reason that I only have a few stocks on watch is because every stock out there is almost like a reversal candle today. You know, the bottoming tail and then big volume and then higher. So there's nothing that's really standing out. I did find a few that are interesting, though, and I'll share those with you. But first, I said I was going to talk about a couple shorts that I took today. Geez, I got to remember the symbols. Yeah, they were ED. Okay, now you look at that and say, hey, idiot, you shorted it, you lost money. But no, it didn't. It looks like that is a very strong move. But when ED was up through this bottom line, I put a couple lines at recent highs when it was going up, okay? And when I said I was going to short if it touched this top line. And that's generally a little bit different than I'm comfortable trading. Let me go to 5-minute candles, though. And I literally, now usually I would wait for a candlestick setup after it touches that line. I went ahead and just had a short order in, okay? So it filled me at, I think, 58.56, and it literally went to 58.58 and then reversed. So that was kind of cool. And then I was covering down here at the 20-period moving average. And so I had a nice little trade there, even though it ended up ripping back higher later, didn't care. So that was one short I had today, and then the other one was in Dollar Tree, DLTR. Kind of the same deal. I guess I took my resistance lines off there. Anyway, Dollar Tree, I'll show it to you on 60s here. You had recent highs right here up around 57.40, and then you had a little bit of a lower high, 57.32. So let's go back to 5-minute candles. And anytime you have something that's come this far off the lows of the day without really any pullbacks through the high of the day, I started looking for a reversal. A lot of people buying that high of day break without any pullback before it gets there generally get reversed on, right? So anyway, I called this one, used a candlestick pattern for this one. I called it below this red candle right here, short at 57.17, and then a stop at 57.25, something like that. And we got down to 57, and I covered it the whole number. So wow, great trade, right? And then it went through the high of the day again. So there's the two shorts that I had. They were both pretty low risk. Made a few bucks on both of them. But anyway, I'm just done. And this one actually is up here at resistance. So Dollar Tree might be worth watching tomorrow, but it's not one of them I have on watch. Here's my watch list. Fuel, F-U-E-L. Now this is one I really liked over this 3-day high, over 1750, but I didn't take it today at 1751 or 52 because it had come from 1650 to get up there, okay? And the market was extended by the time this thing triggered. So you can see 1750, I guess it went to almost 1770 and closed pretty strong. But I just wasn't willing to take it up there after that kind of move. So I said, you know what, I'll just watch it tomorrow. So it definitely has room to run. Now, if it gaps up, things change. But I do want to watch this for long. I'd like to see a small gap down and then a break of 1770, today's high, sometime during the session tomorrow. And we might retest and maybe even break through this high of 1860 here. So this one's got room to run. It's a beaten up stock. Very nice support now that is climbing out of. So you've got great support below and a lot of room to run above. So there's one that I'm watching, F-U-E-L, NDLS. Again, pretty clearly defined resistance area. It's kind of like fuel in that it's beaten up on the daily, but nice support area here, right, that it's trying to come out of. So this one, a couple days ago, hit 2025. Today's high was 2014. So right there, 2015 is going to be my trigger to buy, thinking that should push me through 2025 and then kind of break out of this little cup and handle here. So that's an area I'll be looking at. That is NDLS. Twitter, let me pan out a little bit here. Twitter, when the market was getting killed the last couple days, Twitter wasn't even phased, okay? So then today, it closes up above 55, closes strong, and there's not a lot in the way. So I'm looking for some more upside from TWTR. And then that cheapie I've been talking about for several days still hasn't broken its early high. And so you're getting down near this recent low, $2.10. Maybe we get one more day down, maybe test that 210 and then a reversal. So I'm still watching this one. Again, just like I showed in the video last night, it never did break its early high in the afternoon. So that's kind of what I'm waiting for, or maybe a nibble around 210. It's a short list today. What I'm thinking is we'll find some news plays, some gaps in the morning, and those will become our main focus, plus these few stocks I showed you, because we need stuff that has fresh news when all the other charts look very, very similar after that crazy, crazy day today. All right. Oh, you know what? Before I bounce off here, I do have to share a call by Zozo, one of our moderators in chat today, because it was just so nice. He called this. It gapped up UNIS and then put an inside candle right there. And he just called it a 295 with a stop at 285. And since I showed you my two little short plays, this deserves a lot more attention than that. Zozo called it 295 right there. There's a trigger. And look at that. Straight up to almost 350. That's a huge percentage gain. And remember, the market was selling this morning. Right? Market was selling off. So, I mean, that's just an amazing call by Zozo, who's at Zozo Trader on Twitter. Very, very nice move there. Biggest percentage gainer in the chat room today by far. All right, now I'm done babbling, and we will talk to you guys tomorrow. Have a good night.